From months and weeks to just a few days or even hours, Hollywood has seen some of the shortest marriages ever. Whether it's extramarital affairs or choosing career over love, let's uncover these whirlwind unions. Lisa Marie Presley and Nicolas Cage, 107 days. Being a lifelong fan of Elvis wasn't enough to guarantee that Cage's marriage would be successful. In the summer of 2002, Hollywood saw a story straight out of a movie script, a union that brought together the daughter of rock and roll royalty and one of its biggest fans. Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis Presley, exchanged vows with Academy Award-winning actor Nicolas Cage in a private ceremony in Hawaii on August 10, 2002. The wedding, set against the tropical backdrop of Camuela, was filled with emotion, coinciding with the 25th anniversary of Elvis's passing. Their connection seemed like destiny. Cage was a lifelong Elvis fan, and the idea of this union captivated the public. But as magical as it appeared, their romance unraveled almost as quickly as it began. Just 107 days later, Cage filed for divorce on November 25th, citing irreconcilable differences. Their whirlwind marriage, marked by passion but also tension, couldn't withstand the realities of their high-profile lives. By the time their divorce was finalized in May 2004, the brief chapter had already solidified its place in Hollywood history. While Cage and Presley's story was short-lived, it wasn't even Cage's shortest marriage, a fact that earns him a second mention on today's list. Nikki Hilton and Todd Andrew Meister, 78 days. In the glittering city of Las Vegas, impulsive decisions can lead to unforgettable stories. On May 15, 2004, Nikki Hilton, heiress and sister of Paris Hilton, tied the knot with childhood friend and businessman Todd Meister at a Vegas wedding chapel. Their marriage, however, was short-lived. Lasting just a few months, the couple quickly realized their long-distance relationship with Nikki in Los Angeles and Todd in New York was unsustainable. The marriage was annulled, leaving behind a fleeting yet memorable chapter in Hollywood's history of whirlwind romances. Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphreys, 72 days. Kim Kardashian and NBA player Kris Humphreys' whirlwind romance captivated audiences, but ended almost as quickly as it began. The couple started dating in the fall of 2010, and by May 2011, Kris proposed in a moment that played out on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Their engagement episode aired in September, setting the stage for an extravagant wedding. On August 20th, 2011, Kim and Kris tied the knot in a lavish ceremony at a private estate, broadcast as a two-part special titled Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding. However, even as millions tuned in, the foundation of their relationship was already showing cracks. Behind the scenes, the fairy tale was unraveling. By October 31st, just 72 days into their marriage, Kim filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. In a statement, she expressed her disappointment, saying, "I had hoped this marriage was forever, but sometimes things don't work out as planned." Kris, however, wasn't ready to let go, stating, "I love my wife and am devastated to learn she filed for divorce." He initially voiced his commitment to making the marriage work, but eventually filed for an annulment on November 30th, citing fraud. Friends of Kim later revealed that she had always wanted an annulment, making it a relief when both parties agreed. Their short-lived union became one of Hollywood's most publicized and scrutinized marriages, leaving behind a tale of love, lavishness, and lessons learned. Pamela Anderson and Rick Salomon, 65 days. In the neon-lit heart of Las Vegas, Pamela Anderson and poker player Rick Salomon's whirlwind romance became one of Hollywood's shortest marriages. Their first encounter was a whirlwind of spontaneity and passion, unfolding against the glittering backdrop of Las Vegas. On September 29, 2007, Anderson and Salomon obtained a marriage license that would kick off one of Hollywood's most short-lived unions. Just a week later, on October 6, they exchanged vows at the Planet Hollywood Resort, a moment squeezed between Anderson's performances in Hans Klock's The Beauty of Magic show. Their marriage was as brief as a magic trick, lasting a mere 65 days. By December 14th, Anderson filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. But Hollywood loves a sequel, and their story was far from over. In January 2014, the pair reunited, remarrying with the same impulsive energy that characterized their first union. Yet destiny seemed to have other plans. hands. Just 6 months into their second attempt, Anderson once again filed for divorce, this time alleging fraud in court documents. Their relationship became a testament to the unpredictable nature of love, a roller coaster of sudden marriages, quick divorces, and unexpected reunions. Each time, their romance burned bright but flickered out just as quickly, leaving behind a trail of legal papers and tabloid headlines. Remarkably, this wouldn't be the last time Pamela Anderson would appear on a list of Hollywood's most memorable marriages, a hint at the drama yet to unfold. Latoya Luckett and Rob Hilman, 60 Days. In 2016, former Destiny's Child star Latoya Luckett and motivational speaker Rob Hill Sr. was a fleeting chapter. After a year of dating, the former Destiny's Child star secretly exchanged vows in 2016, keeping their love story private. But their fairy tale was short-lived. Just 60 days into their marriage, the couple decided to part ways, quietly finalizing their divorce that spring. Known for chart-topping hits like Say My Name, Luckett's brief marriage became another reminder of love's unpredictable nature. Chad Johnson and Evelyn Lozada, 41 Days. In the explosive world of celebrity marriages, few stories are as dramatic as Chad Johnson and Evelyn Lozada's 41-day union. Their lavish wedding on July 4, 2012, in St. Martin seemed like a fairy tale, a reality TV star and an NFL player ready to start their life together. But their romance quickly unraveled in a shocking turn of events. Just 41 days after saying "I do," Lozada filed for divorce following a violent argument where Johnson allegedly headbutted her, causing a serious injury. The incident led to Johnson's arrest for domestic battery and his release from the Miami Dolphins. Their planned reality show Evan Ocho was canceled, and Lozada declared the marriage irretrievably broken. In a mere 6 weeks, their high-profile relationship had completely imploded, a stark reminder of how quickly love can turn destructive. Drew Barrymore and Jeremy Thomas, 19 Days. In Hollywood's Hall of Quickest Marriages, Drew Barrymore and Jeremy Thomas wrote a remarkably short chapter. They met at Thomas's Los Angeles bar, sparking a whirlwind romance that led to a spontaneous wedding on March 20th, 1994. At just 19 years old, Barrymore realized her mistake almost immediately. 19 days after their vows, she filed for divorce, alleging Thomas married her for money and a green card, claims he vehemently denied. Their brief union became a testament to youthful impulsiveness, with the marriage officially annulled in 1995, a fleeting moment in Barrymore's colorful personal history. Mario Lopez and Ali Landry, 18 Days. In the roller coaster of Hollywood romances, Mario Lopez and Ali Landry's marriage stands out as a lightning-quick disaster. After 6 years of dating and a seemingly perfect wedding on April 24, 2004, their union crumbled in just 18 days. The devastating reason? Lopez's infidelity during his own bachelor party. In his memoir, he admitted to cheating and initially lying about it. Landry quickly discovered the truth and promptly ended the marriage, annulling their brief union. Their 18-day marriage became a cautionary tale of trust betrayed, a stark reminder that even long-term relationships can unravel in an instant. Sinead O'Connor and Barry Harridge, 16 Days. Sinead O'Connor's fourth marriage to Barry Harridge was as unconventional as it was brief. The couple tied the knot on December 8, 2011, O'Connor's 45th birthday, at a drive-through wedding chapel in Las Vegas. Despite the festive and impulsive start, their union came to an end just 16 days later. Barry, an Irish psychotherapist, was thrust into the spotlight for his short-lived marriage to the iconic singer. O'Connor later shared that their relationship faced intense strain, largely due to pressure from Harridge's family and friends who disapproved of their union. Adding to the chaos, their wedding night turned into a wild ride as they searched for marijuana, a decision O'Connor regretted. Though their time as a married couple was brief, just 7 days of living together, O'Connor spoke fondly of Harridge, describing him as too kind for the whirlwind drama surrounding their relationship. Reflecting on the split, she admitted she had rushed into the marriage, calling it a mistake but expressing no ill will. Eddie Murphy and Tracy Edmund's 14 Days. Eddie and Tracy's whirlwind romance took a glamorous turn when they tied the knot on New Year's Day in 2008. The couple exchanged vows in a dreamy ceremony on a private island in Bora Bora, surrounded by just 25 close friends and family. The picturesque setting was the perfect backdrop for their love story, or so it seemed. Just 14 days later, their short-lived union came to an abrupt end. Edmonds cited a change in Murphy's behavior as the reason for their split. Though their marriage wasn't legally recognized in the U.S., it was a heartfelt commitment in their eyes. Following their breakup, both moved on, leaving this fleeting chapter behind. Pamela Anderson and John Peters, 12 Days. Pam and John's love story began in the mid-1980s when they first crossed paths at the iconic Playboy Mansion. Sparks flew, and years later, the pair rekindled their connection. On January 20th, 2020, they tied the knot in an intimate Malibu ceremony, surprising fans everywhere. But their whirlwind romance hit the brakes just 12 days later. Anderson announced that the couple had mutually decided to pause their marriage to reflect on their relationship and future. John Peters later revealed his enduring affection for Anderson, even naming her in his will with a generous $10 million inheritance. Despite their brief time as newlyweds, their marriage was never legally formalized. The two went their separate ways, but their fleeting union remains a memorable chapter in Hollywood's shortest marriages. Another marriage that lasted just 12 days was between actress and country singer Jana Kramer and actor Jonathan Shaich. The couple met while filming the horror remake Prom Night in 2008 and began an on-again, off-again romance. In July 2010, they decided to take the plunge and wed in Michigan. However, their union unraveled quickly, and they separated less than 2 weeks later. Shaich later admitted he wasn't emotionally ready for marriage, carrying unresolved baggage from his prior relationship with Christina Applegate. Meanwhile, Kramer was deeply focused on her budding music career, feeling unsupported in her ambitions. Despite their brief union, the two later found closure, even reuniting on Kramer's podcast in 2022 to discuss their relationship and amicable split. Carmen, Electra, and Dennis Rodman, 9 Days. In 1998, Carmen Electra and Dennis Rodman crossed paths at a nightclub in Los Angeles. The chemistry between the two was instant, and they bonded over their shared love for the nightlife. Their relationship was fast, spontaneous, and filled with passion. After only a few months of dating, the pair decided to get married on November 14, 1998, in a whirlwind Las Vegas ceremony at the Chapel of the Flowers. But their marriage was short-lived. Just 9 days later, Rodman filed for an annulment, citing fraud, and claiming he wasn't of sound mind when they wed. Reflecting on the brief union, Electra later advised, "My advice to anyone is to not get married in Vegas." And just like that, their love story came to an abrupt halt. Another marriage that lasted just 9 days was between music legends Sher and Greg Alman. The couple tied the knot in Las Vegas on June 30th, 1975, shortly after Sher learned she was pregnant, with their son, Elijah Blue Alman. However, their marriage quickly began to unravel due to Greg's struggles with addiction. Sher found a plastic bag of white powder in Greg's bag soon after their wedding, a discovery that shook her. Though they briefly reconciled and went on a belated honeymoon in Jamaica, the situation worsened when Sher saw Greg drinking heavily. Realizing his heroin addiction, she gave him an ultimatum to seek rehab before the baby arrived. Despite efforts to salvage their relationship, the marriage ended after just 9 days. Though the divorce wasn't finalized until 1979, the 9-day union remains one of Hollywood's shortest marriages. Nicolas Cage and Erica Koike, 4 days. Nicolas Cage's marriage to makeup artist Erica Koike was the second shortest in Hollywood. The couple tied the knot in a Las Vegas ceremony on March 23, 2019, just a year after they began dating. But their union quickly fell apart. Only 4 days later, Cage filed for an annulment, citing that he was too drunk to understand the gravity of his decision. He also claimed Koike had kept important details from him, including her past relationships and criminal history. The annulment was granted, and their brief marriage was declared null and void, marking yet another chapter in Cage's whirlwind love life. Britney Spears and Jason Alexander, 55 hours. In the early hours of January 3, 2004, Britney Spears and her childhood friend Jason Alexander made an impulsive decision while in Las Vegas. After celebrating New Year's Eve, the two tied the knot at the infamous A Little White Wedding Chapel, but just 55 hours later, Britney called it quits, making it one of the shortest celebrity marriages ever. The marriage was spontaneous, fueled by alcohol and the excitement of the moment. Britney later admitted in her memoir, The Woman in Me, that she was very drunk and bored at the time, describing the union as innocent fun. In a 2004 interview, she confessed it was just a rebellious act, saying, "It was me being silly." Her family, concerned about the impact on her career and public image, quickly pushed for an annulment, which was granted. Jason, who believed they were in love, signed the annulment papers but hoped they might reconnect in the future. However, their brief marriage never blossomed, and years later, Jason made headlines again in 2022 when he was arrested for trespassing at Britney's wedding to Sam Asghari. That's it for today. Make sure to subscribe and thank you.